it's a Wednesday, and I had a professional money opportunity this morning, and I said no yesterday. I'm really getting fed up with the way those people are treating me, and after my travel expenses and everything, it really wouldn't have made the slightest bit of sense to go and do that. So I'm home today. It's so stormy. It's early. Well, it's morning still, pretty early, and it was so noisy and stormy last night. I went to bed so early. My spouse was at work. I went to bed really early. I was like, wow, I can go to bed early. Nobody here to judge me. So I went to bed early, and I woke up just about 5 hours later because there was this tremendous storm going on, and it was so violent that I kind of thought that there was somebody in the bedroom with me. You know, things were like creaking, and this building is pretty solid, so it was a little bit disturbing. And I brought in a couple of big plants I have out there on the windowsill, thinking, oh wow, if they blow away, somebody could get killed. I don't know if you do this or not, but one of the things that's happened to me here in France was, well, besides about a decade of abject poverty, which was not very much fun, I spent a lot of time learning more about cooking, especially, obviously, French cooking, and reading some classic cookbooks that I'd had for years, such as, like, you know, Julia Child's French cooking classics and stuff like that, which I had always found too fussy to bother with back in the States. But, you know, here I find them very useful. This is a bulb of fennel, and I'm steaming it. And it's so drafty in this kitchen, it's hard to even keep the gas flame going. She's got some good things in her classic cookbooks about braising vegetables. You can either steam vegetables for a little bit or blanch them in boiling water for about 60 seconds, and then you plunge them into cold water, ice water, cool them down quickly, stop the cooking, drain them immediately, and then chop them, process them. You can freeze them at that point. You can do a lot of other things with them. But the way braising works is it's in a pretty hot oven, and usually butter is used to grease. I've got a couple of glass baking dishes here. There are also some very good results with goose fat, if you can get that. It's not hard to find here in France, goose fat, duck fat, but otherwise butter, not margarine, butter. And you pop them into a really hot oven, and you can dot the tops with more butter if you are not fearful of butter. And you cook them until they're cooked. And it seems kind of weird because there's no water in there. You're not poaching them, you're braising them. You can do this with heads of lettuce, if you have a garden and you have a surplus of fresh lettuce. Celery, I'm going to do this with half the bulb of fennel today for lunch. And the other half will be chopped and frozen, I believe. And the other half will be just braised for lunch. Now, once you've braised it, yes, you can puree it, but it's so delicious and still has such a nice texture. There are probably a lot of vegetables that you think you don't like, such as celery. Oh, I can't think of some others. But once you've had them braised correctly, a lot of people like eating them. I've got some fresh garlic. See, this is a hot pepper, and it's getting a little bit soft. So I've got to do something with this today. This is some beef. I don't like foil. I don't like plastic wrap. But the spouse does this. He goes to some butchers he likes at the green market. So he's the one who wraps these and freezes them. Maybe we'll have some rice with this. So I have alluded to this a bunch of times. I'm really having a very, very hard time this season. I'm having health problems, I'm having personal problems, professional problems, marital problems, all kinds of problems. I think I've had a nightmare every night since mid-September. And I do have severe sleep apnea. I sleep attached to a machine, but I haven't needed a sleeping pill in years. I usually sleep okay. It's been very weird having like bad dreams every night and waking up in the morning or during the night. I woke up after midnight last night. Well, there was a violent storm. And realizing that, you know, bad dreams are a way of processing what happened to you during the day, filing it away, deleting files, and bringing up themes and issues which are bothering you. Nightmares and stuff can also, I know people who can't drink coffee. They claim it gives them nightmares, and I sure don't drink much coffee myself at this point. Also, if you have a health problem, you know, the body weakens, the mind gets active. It means that there's some sort of pressure going on. It could be coming from your own body. It could be external. I think in my case it's a combination of both. So thanks for your support. Again, YouTube vlogging is a short-term project for me. It's scheduled to possibly stop in February. I will probably keep going with Daily Motion. It's not written in concrete that I will stop vlogging with YouTube in February, but I hope to be very busy with other things by then, and I tend to put time limits on projects. And for me, watching YouTube for 2 years and just commenting was one phase, and then beginning to vlog and doing that for 2 years was the next phase. I really appreciate some of the people I've come in contact with. I subscribe to a lot of different types of channels on my two YouTube channels. If they bother me or I lose interest or I have any problems with them, I just try to unsub them quietly. And I frequently go back later. You know, it depends. All right, have a good day. Stormy weather. Bye.